Hey everyone, how are you? Back again with another video. And today I wanted to briefly share my thoughts on the ego. Now, the ego is such a cliche term. It's thrown around so easily in many circles. Oftentimes, when couples are having an argument, someone has more ego than the other. And I'm sure my wife has said it to me. Well, she has said it to me, and I've said it to her too. But as I'm reading the Gita and getting more involved in its remarkable teachings, I'm starting to understand the ego very differently. Now, the ego is not just when we're confronted in a negative way. It's also when we're ambitious about things, our desires, everything that pushes the self to be selfish is driven by ego. Now, it's crazy that I'm even going to say this, but I feel like even ambition itself is driven by the ego, the need to want more. And the struggle in life that I think I have and many people have is, where do you draw that line between being ambitious, going for your goals, and still at the same time being humble, making sure that money or greed or fame or any of these things don't change you. And I think there is a delicate balance, but I think in the Gita, what Krishna says to Arjun, and I'm paraphrasing because I don't know the verses by heart, nor do I care to really know them by heart. For me, the Gita is really important just to know the essence and how to apply it to my life. But when you start to do everything towards a higher calling, call it God, call it your higher self, call it the divine order of all things, things start to change. So it's not that I'm doing these things, I'm not being the caring husband and father. I am not the person that's being ambitious, that's attaining these goals. These things are simply flowing through me. And the idea of me, my name is Anand, is starting to not be as important. And when we take ourselves out of the picture, ironically, I feel like we do become more self-realized, or this self becomes more realized the less self we are. And I know it's a paradox, just like many things in nature are paradoxes. To birth new life, there needs to be death. With the only reason we know anger is because we know sadness. The only reason we know what life is because we know what death is. So there's a lot of paradoxes, but I feel like that is one of the things. When you die to the ego, you die to the self. You die to your self-importance. And I think this is what the gurus or the rishis or the seers of the past in Hinduism are trying to tell us. It's material desires in the form of greed, in the form of lust, in the form of anger, in the form of worry, resentment. They all find us. We're all humans. But to understand that the true you, the self-realized you, can't be hurt, can't be sick, can't be anything, is a different way of thinking. And when I do think about this, I think about people that are truly, truly sick as well, because how I'm not at the point now where sickness and illness has found me, but eventually it will. And my teachings, we'll see how strong they are then. Right now, I do feel as I'm growing, I'm losing the sense of self more. I'm losing the idea of who I am and the roles that I play: husband, father, brother, friend. These are the roles I play, and I'm going to play them to the best of my ability because I do feel that's my dharma. That's my purpose in life. This is what's given to me, and I'm just going to make the best of what I'm given, meaning my responsibilities and my duties. But those outcomes of how things play out are not of my concern, because they are part of something beyond me. They are part of the by and by. So I think I think that's how you let go of the ego, when you start doing things, when the things that you do just flow through you. It's not you that's doing them. Even though you are the person that is providing the action, in some sense, you are also actionless. Another paradox. And I think this is why it's so difficult to decipher the teachings of the Gita, because they can be so abstract, but the person reading it may understand it very clearly, because there are things that we can understand, that we can identify with very quickly in our minds, but may be very hard to explain with words. That's why poetry is so beautiful, because it is the art of taking difficult concepts and putting them into words to try to make someone understand. And I write poetry, and I think as I move forward, I think I do want to write a book on Eastern teachings, but more in a poetic landscape, because it's beautiful and it's a way for people to understand. But yeah, all the things that we do are flowing through us, through some other. We are part of this like divine creation, I believe. Every single thing has divinity in it. If everything was created by some eternal master, we have that eternal divinity within us. So, as I'm moving forward in the next phase of my life, no matter what I do, it's no longer about me. It's about those that I touch. And I feel like when you truly want to let go of ego, if you truly want to dissolve the ego, you dissolve it in the service of others. So that's all I wanted to share today. I think service to others, it doesn't have to be charity, but it can be things that you do for your family, for your friends. Every single thing that you do, if you do it with the idea that I am trying to benefit someone else, not myself, then this self becomes more realized. And ironically, to become self-realized is to also lose the idea of self. Another paradox. I know. When I say it, it sounds crazy, but these are the lessons I'm learning. And I just wanted to share that with you today. So I wish you a great day. I'll put some information, some links. I do have a newsletter where I write about these things, because I feel videos are great, but our endless scrolling, I don't know if you can really capture the essence of what I'm saying. So I really do like to write about it as well, because I feel with writing there is a give and take, where you are investing time reading some words, and those words can hopefully permeate your spirit and make you a better human, because I feel like that's what we're all trying to do. So much love, and I'll talk to you soon.